You felt it again today, didn't you? Someone said something small, maybe they didn't even mean it, and it hit you like a wave you didn't see coming. You stood there holding everything together on the outside, while something inside you cracked just a little. And the worst part? You looked around, and nobody else seemed to notice. Nobody else seemed affected. Just you. So you told yourself what you always tell yourself. Why am I like this? Why can't I just let things go? Here's what nobody tells you, what no one ever sat you down to explain. You are not broken. You are not too much. You are not someone who needs to be fixed. You are a person who feels deeply. And that is one of the rarest, most powerful things a human being can be. But here's the part that will change how you see yourself forever. There's a word for what you are. Researchers call it high sensitivity. About 15 to 20% of the population carries this trait, wired differently at the neurological level. Your brain processes emotional and sensory information more deeply than the average person. Not more dramatically, more deeply. That means you notice things others miss. The shift in someone's tone, the sadness behind a smile, the weight of an unspoken word. You absorb the energy of a room before you even realize you're doing it. And yes, that also means you absorb pain more intensely. But here's the thing nobody shows you in the statistics. The same wiring that makes you ache is the same wiring that makes you love more completely, create more beautifully, and connect more genuinely than almost anyone around you. You're not carrying a burden. You're carrying a gift that the world hasn't taught you how to hold yet. Since you were small, you've been handed a set of instructions that don't fit you. Stop overreacting. You're too sensitive. Not everything needs to be so deep. And because those words came from people you loved, people you trusted, some part of you believed them. So you started building walls. You started apologizing for your tears. You started laughing off the things that actually hurt you. You became an expert at performing okay. But here's the cost of performing okay for years. You start to lose the thread back to yourself. You feel exhausted in a way that sleep doesn't fix. You feel lonely in rooms full of people. You feel like there's a version of you buried somewhere beneath all the times you said, "I'm fine." That version of you isn't gone. They're just waiting. And they deserve to come home. Let me show you what deep feeling actually looks like. Not the parts that hurt, but the parts that make you extraordinary. You are the friend who shows up. Not with a text, not with a meme. You show up with your whole self because you know what it feels like when the world keeps moving and you're standing still in your grief. You are the one who catches what others miss. The quiet person in the corner who nobody talks to. The colleague who's smiling but their eyes are saying something different. You notice. You care. You act on it. You feel music in a different dimension. A piece of art stops you in your tracks. A sunset makes your chest feel too full to speak. These aren't inconveniences. These are moments of contact with something real, something most people are moving too fast to touch. You love with your whole body, not just your heart, your whole body. When you love someone, you mean it in a way that doesn't have an off switch. And yes, that means heartbreak hits differently too. But it also means your joy hits differently. Your gratitude runs deeper. Your loyalty is a thing people don't forget. This is not weakness dressed up with pretty words. This is the actual shape of your strength. But I'm not here to just tell you you're amazing and send you on your way, because I know that right now, some days it genuinely feels like too much. So let's talk about what actually helps. First, stop trying to feel less. That is not the answer. You cannot surgically remove depth from your experience without also removing the good parts. Numbing yourself doesn't make you stronger. It just makes you quieter and more alone. What actually works is learning to process, not suppress. When something hits you, instead of going to war with the feeling, try getting curious about it. Ask, where is this sitting in my body? What is this feeling trying to protect? What does it need from me right now? You were not the feeling, you were the one watching the feeling. And that distance, small as it is, gives you choice. Second, your environment matters more than you think. Deeply feeling people are more affected by chronic stress, overstimulation, and conflict. This is not weakness, it's biology. Protecting your peace is not being selfish, it's being strategic about where you pour the gift you carry. Third, find your people. Not the ones who make you feel like a lot, the ones who make you feel like enough. They exist, and when you find them, something in you will stop apologizing for taking up space. And fourth, create something, anything. Write it, paint it, sing it, build it. Deep feelers are almost always creators at their core, because creation is the one place where having too many feelings is never a problem. It's actually the whole point. I want to say something directly to you, the person who's been holding this for a long time. You've spent years wondering if something was wrong with you, years trying to take up less space, feel less deeply, want less, need less. You've probably been told, directly or indirectly, that the way you experience the world is inconvenient, that your tears are dramatic, that your love is overwhelming, that your sensitivity is a liability. I want you to hear this clearly, and I want you to hear it like it's the first true thing someone has said to you from a while. The depth you carry is not your weakness, it is your purpose. It is why the right people feel safe with you. It is why you see beauty where others see ordinary. It is why, in a world moving faster and feeling less, you are exactly the kind of human being we need more of. You don't need to become someone easier to be around. You need to find the spaces and the people who are worthy of the full version of you. And you need to stop apologizing for having one. If something in this video reached you, if some part of you felt seen for the first time in a while, I want you to share this with someone else who needs to hear it. Because right now, there's someone in your life sitting alone with the exact same quiet question. Why am I like this? Let them know they're not alone. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's one moment in your life when your sensitivity turned out to be your greatest strength? I read every single one. And if this channel is new to you, stay. There's a lot more here for you. See you in the next one.